The alien woman's offer the space station was quiet. Too quiet. Jack, a human scavenger, floated carefully through the dark hallway. His flashlight cut through the shadows. Dust and broken metal filled the air. This place was once home to a great alien empire. Now it was dead. Jack wasn't afraid of the silence. He had been to many places like this. He was searching for parts, food, or anything valuable. But this time, something felt strange. His scanner beeped. Life. Sign. Weak, but real. That's impossible, he whispered. He followed the signal. It led him to a sealed door. The control panel was broken, but Jack used his tools and opened it. Inside the room was a glowing pod, like a glass coffin. Inside the pod, he saw something. Someone. It was a woman, not human. Her skin was silver blue and seemed to shine. Her eyes were closed, her body still. Long white hair floated gently. In the water inside the pod, she looked peaceful. And also sad. Suddenly, her eyes opened. Jack jumped back. The woman inside the pod looked at him. Her glowing purple eyes were full of fear. She touched the glass and tried to speak, but no sound came. Jack pressed a button on his suit to start translation. Please, help me. Her voice was soft, broken. She looked weak, almost dying. Jack opened the pod. Water rushed out. The woman fell into his arms, cold and shaking. She looked up at him and said something that froze his heart. My body is the only currency I have. Please, be gentle. Jack was shocked. He pulled away, confused and angry. I'm not going to hurt you, he said. Who are you? What happened here? The woman couldn't stand. She sat on the floor, breathing hard. Her body had strange marks, glowing lines like circuits. She was not just alive, she was something more. I was a keeper of the vault, she said slowly. They came to take it, to break it. I escaped. Jack didn't understand everything. Who is they? Why were you hiding? The woman looked at the ceiling, as if listening to something. They're still looking for me, she whispered. Please. Don't tell them I'm here. Jack's scanner beeped again. Multiple signals. Ships approaching. Damn, he said. You led them here. The woman grabbed his hand. I had no choice, she said. If they catch me, they will take the map inside me. They will use it to destroy worlds. Jack looked at her glowing marks again. You have a map inside you. She nodded. I was made to carry it. My body holds it. But if they force it out, I will die. Jack had heard many stories in space. Lost tech, alien weapons, forbidden knowledge, but never something like this. He looked at her again. She was still shaking. Still afraid? I don't want your body, he said. I want to know the truth. The woman's eyes filled with tears. No one ever said that to me before. She whispered. Jack heard a loud sound. A scanner beam hit the station. They found us, he said. Can you walk? She tried, fell. Jack lifted her in his arms. Hold on, he said. We're getting out of here. He ran back through the broken hallways, dodging debris. His ship was docked at the far end. The enemy ship was closing in fast as he placed her inside his small ship. She looked up at him. You're human, she said softly. I thought all humans were cruel. Jack sighed. Not all of us. Some just want to survive. As he started the engine, warning lights flashed. Enemy boarding drones were cutting into the station. He took off fast. The alien woman closed her eyes. For the first time, she looked calm. But Jack's mind was racing. Who was this woman? What was this map? And why was it worth killing for? He didn't have the answers yet, but he knew one thing. This wasn't just a simple scavenger run anymore. Asterisk. The stars outside the window moved fast as Jack's ship flew through deep space. Behind him, the dead station was getting smaller, and the danger was growing bigger. The alien woman lay on a small bed in the corner of the ship. Her eyes were closed, her body weak, but alive. Jack looked at her again. Her silver blue skin had strange patterns glowing softly, like ancient lines of code. She wasn't just any alien. She was carrying something important. Something dangerous. Jack sat in the pilot's seat, but his mind wasn't on flying. It was on her. Who is she? Why does she carry a map inside her body? And why would someone say, "My body is the only currency I have"? He had seen many strange things in the galaxy, but nothing like this. A soft voice broke his thoughts. "You didn't leave me behind," she said. Jack turned. She was awake now, watching him. "No," he replied. "I don't leave people to die." There was silence for a moment. "My name is Kale," she said quietly. Jack nodded. "I'm Jack." Kale sat up slowly. The lights from the control panel reflected on her skin. The patterns were changing, slowly moving like liquid light. "Your skin," Jack said. "It's alive." Kale looked down. "It's not skin. It's a living memory seal. I was made to protect information, a map to something powerful." "The vault," Jack leaned forward. "What is in the vault?" "No one knows exactly," she said. "It's older than all empires. Some say it holds lost alien tech. Others say it's a weapon. My people were its guardians, until we were destroyed." Jack frowned. "And now everyone wants what's inside you." Kale nodded. "Yes, I'm the last one." Suddenly, the ship's alarm beeped. Jack checked the screen. "Ship on our tail. Fast, not friendly." Kale's voice was calm. "They found us." Jack grabbed the controls and pushed the ship faster. But the enemy was closing in. Kale stood, her eyes glowing. "Let me help." "What can you do?" Jack asked. She stepped near the power core. Her hand glowed brighter and touched the panel. The ship's systems hummed. Suddenly, they jumped into hyperspeed, faster than the engine was supposed to go. Jack stared in shock. "You boosted the engine." "My body holds more than just a map," she said. "It holds power too, but using it shortens my life." Jack stood up. "Why would you do that?" She looked at him, eyes soft. "Because you saved me." "And you didn't ask for anything." Jack didn't reply. He looked away. This wasn't about being a hero. He just couldn't leave her like that, broken, scared, offering herself like an object. A few hours passed in silence. Kale rested again, saving her energy. Jack checked the ship. No signs of the enemy. For now. Then something strange happened. The computer showed a signal. A file, hidden deep inside the ship. It wasn't from Jack. He opened it. It was a memory. From Kale, a hologram appeared. It showed Kale when she was younger, standing before a council. Her face was proud but sad. She was being sealed. Her body turned into the living map. A voice spoke in the memory. "Kale, you are no longer a person. You are now a vessel. You will never love. You will never choose. You will only carry." Jack's stomach turned. They made her like this, on purpose. She had no freedom, just duty. The hologram ended. Jack looked at her sleeping form. She had suffered so much, and now she was running alone, afraid, hunted. Jack sat down beside her. Gently, he said, "You are not a vessel. You're not a tool. You're alive." Kale opened her eyes, slowly. "I heard that," she whispered. "No one's ever said that to me." Before Jack could reply, the ship shook. Enemy drones had caught up. 3 of them. Jack jumped into action. He fired the ship's small lasers. 2 drones exploded. The third latched onto the ship, trying to cut through. Kale stood again, weak, but glowing. "I can stop it," she said. Jack shook his head. "You'll hurt yourself." "I don't care," she said. "If they take me, they'll break the vault and use it to destroy millions." She walked to the airlock. Her body glowed brighter. She placed her hands on the metal. A wave of light burst out. The drone outside melted into dust. Kale fell. To her knees, Jack caught her. Her breathing was fast. Too fast. "You can't keep doing this," he said. "I know," she whispered. "But I don't want to be currency anymore." Jack held her close. He knew now this wasn't just about a map. It was about her life, her freedom, her right to choose. He made a silent promise. No matter what, he would protect her. Not because she carried secrets, but because she was finally becoming human. The stars outside were calm. But inside the ship, silence felt heavy. Kale lay on the floor near the engine, still weak from using her power. Her glowing skin had dimmed. The strange lines that once danced with light now flickered, like a dying. Signal Jack sat beside her, checking her pulse. It was slow, but steady. "You need rest," he said. Kale opened her eyes just a little. "I don't have time to rest." Jack frowned. "You almost killed yourself." She looked away. "Better than being caught." Jack didn't like this. He hated seeing someone push themselves to the edge. But he also knew Kale wasn't like others. She wasn't made to live. She was made to carry secrets. He walked back to the control room. They had escaped the drones, but for how long? Suddenly, the ship's computer pinged. Incoming transmission. Jack tapped the screen. It was Earth Command, Pilot Jack Carter. The voice said, "You are carrying unauthorized alien tech. Return to base immediately." Jack's jaw tightened. "It's not just tech. She's a living person. She is a security threat," the voice replied. "Do not engage further. Return now." The message ended. Jack stared at the screen. Earth wanted her to. Kale had been right. Everyone saw her as an object, a tool, a code. No one cared who she was. He returned to her side. She was sitting up now, barely. "They know," Jack said quietly. "They want you back on Earth." Kale's eyes widened with fear. "No, they'll open me, piece by piece." That's what they did to the others. Jack looked into her eyes. "Others," she nodded. "There were 9 of us, all vessels. I'm the last one." Jack sat down beside her. "What happened to them?" "They were all caught, cut open, their knowledge taken, their lives ended." She spoke like she was telling someone else's story, but Jack could see the pain in her face. "They never asked if we wanted this," Kale continued. "They just made us." Jack looked down. He didn't know what to say. Then Kale reached out and touched his arm. Her hand was cold, but her eyes were warm. "You saved me," she said. "But why?" Jack stayed quiet for a moment. "Because you're more than a tool," he said. "You're more than what they put inside you, and you deserve a choice." Kale smiled faintly. "No one's ever said that to me." Outside the ship, space was quiet. But danger was never far. Suddenly, alarms blared again. "Another ship," Jack muttered. "Fast one." He looked at the screen. It wasn't Earth. It was worse. The Marauder, a rogue alien warlord ship, huge, armed, deadly. Kale's face went pale. "That's him," she said. "The Collector? He hunts for vessels." Jack grabbed the controls. "He's not getting you." But the Marauder was too fast. A deep, rough voice echoed through their radio. human pilot. Hand over the girl, and I will let you live. Jack replied, not a chance. There was silence, then laughter. I like your courage, the warlord said. Shame it'll get you killed. Jack turned off the radio. We need a plan. Kale closed her eyes. There's a place, a hidden planet. My people called it the Dark Shell. I can take us there. It's shielded from all scanners. Jack raised an eyebrow. You sure? Kale nodded. But I need to connect to your ship's core. Deeply. It's risky. Jack paused. What kind of risk? If I go too deep, I might not come back. Jack looked at her. I trust you, he said. Kale blinked, surprised. You trust me? Jack smiled. Trust is dangerous, but so is leaving someone alone. Kale placed her hand on the engine's heart. Light flowed from her fingers. The ship began to shake, then hum with power. A new path opened on the navigation screen. One Jack had never seen before. A hidden star route. They jumped. The Marauder ship followed, but couldn't track them. Jack watched the stars bend around them as they slipped through the hidden path. Safer now. Kale collapsed again, weaker than before. Jack caught her and laid her down gently. You did it, he whispered. Kale looked at him, barely breathing. No, we did it. She closed her eyes. Jack watched her chest rise and fall. And in that moment, he made a promise. He wasn't just going to protect her body, he was going to protect her soul. Asterisk, the hidden route through space was quiet, too quiet. Jack sat in the pilot's seat, hands gripping the controls. His eyes kept checking the radar. No ships behind them. No signals. Just deep, silent stars. Beside him, Kale slept. Her breathing was soft, but uneven. Her skin still glowed, but dimmer than before. Using her power to unlock the hidden path had taken more from her than she admitted. Jack didn't speak. He didn't move. He just watched her. She wasn't just an alien anymore. She was a person, and she was dying. They reached a small, forgotten moon, floating near a dying star. It wasn't on any map. No signals. No life. That made it perfect. Jack landed the ship in a deep canyon, hidden from scanners. Kale opened her eyes. Where are we? She asked. Somewhere safe, Jack replied. No one will find us here. Kale tried to sit up. Jack helped her gently. You didn't take me back to Earth, she whispered. They don't want to help you, Jack said. They want to take what's inside you. Kale looked down. Everyone does, not me, Jack said. I want you to choose what happens next. Kale's eyes filled with something Jack hadn't seen before. Hope. Inside the ship. Kale lay on a medical bed while Jack worked on building a healing pod. It wasn't made for her species, but he tried to adapt it using alien parts he had collected over the years. Jack, she said softly, what did you do before this? He didn't answer at first. Then, slowly, he spoke. I was a soldier. Earth Army, Special Recovery Unit. Kale blinked. You hunted people like me. Jack nodded. Yeah, we were told you were threats. That you weren't really alive. Just living tools. Kale stayed quiet. Jack continued. But then I saw what they did to a vessel. No. I watched her scream while they cut her open. That day, I quit. Took a ship. Disappeared. Kale looked into his eyes. And now you're saving me. I guess I'm trying to fix something, Jack replied. Suddenly, the ship's warning lights flashed. Jack rushed to the control panel. Incoming transmission. Earth command. Untraceable channel. He hesitated, then answered. A face appeared. Cold? Gride, wearing the uniform of high command. Jack Carter, the man said. We know where you are. Jack didn't speak. You found the vessel. The man continued. Bring her in. You'll be rewarded. Full pardon. Credits for life. Jack shook his head. She's not cargo. She's not a person either, the man said coldly. She's government property. Jack cut the signal. His heart was racing. They had found him. Kale stepped beside him, her legs still weak. They're coming, she said. I know. Jack replied. Kale placed a hand on his chest. I don't want to run anymore, she whispered. But I can't fight them alone. Jack looked at her. Then we fight together. Kale's eyes lit up. There's something in the vault, she said. Something that could stop them forever. What is it? Jack asked. I don't know, she said honestly, but my people died trying to protect it. If we get there first, we can use it or destroy it. Jack nodded. Then we go to the vault. Kale touched her skin. The glowing lines shifted again, forming new patterns. A piece of the map just unlocked, she said. Because I chose to trust you. Jack smiled. Guess trust isn't always dangerous. The next hours were a blur. Jack prepared the ship for launch. Kale, weaker than before, showed him the new route, a dead system near the edge of known space. Outside, 3 Earth Hunter ships appeared on radar. Kale looked at Jack. We won't outrun them this time. Jack nodded. Then we won't run. He activated the ship's cloak system, a trick he had built himself. Years ago, they drifted quietly behind a meteor storm. Using its cover as the Earth ships scanned the moon, Jack's ship slipped past, silent and unseen. Kale watched him fly. You're not a soldier anymore, she said. No, Jack said, smiling. I'm something worse. What's that? Free. As the stars moved around them again, Kale rested in the med-pod. Jack sat beside her. He looked at her glowing skin. The lines now pulsed in a new rhythm. Like music. You're changing, he said. Kale nodded weakly. Because I'm choosing my own path. That changes the code. Jack gently touched her hand. You're not just a map, he said. You're a miracle. Kale closed her eyes, smiling, and far ahead in a distant part of the galaxy, something ancient began to wake, the vault waiting for them. The stars were quiet again, but silence in space was never peace, only the breath before something bigger. Jack leaned over the control panel. The path led beyond any known system, past abandoned colonies and black zones. No ship had gone there in over 100 years. It was where the vault slept behind him. Kale lay inside the med-pod, barely moving. Her glowing skin had changed again, now marked by symbols Jack had never seen before. They looked like ancient runes, flowing and shifting with every heartbeat. Jack stared. Your body is rewriting itself. Kale's eyes opened slowly. Yes, she said, voice soft. The code reacts to trust. 2 choices. The more I choose my own path, the more of the map becomes clear. Jack had never seen anything like this. She wasn't just a carrier of information, she was the key itself, alive, evolving. But it hurts, Kale added. Every time. The code shifts. It takes energy. I'm getting weaker. Jack reached out, took her hand gently. I won't let them take you, he said. We'll finish this together. Kale nodded, her hand trembling in his. Then we need to connect. Jack frowned. Connect. Kale looked into his eyes. There's a piece of the map I can't unlock alone. It's locked to emotion. Human emotion, if you link with me, mind to mind. We might open it. Jack hesitated. What happens if it goes wrong? Kale's voice was calm. You could get trapped inside my mind. Or worse, we both could. Jack took a deep breath. Then nodded. I trust you, Kale smiled. Then come closer. She placed her fingers on his temple. Jack felt a sudden warmth. Then light. A rush of memories hit him, but they weren't his. He saw Kale's life as a child, chosen to become a vessel. He saw the ceremony where her body was marked, sealed, and locked with power. He saw the day her people fell, when the vault was nearly taken. The war, the screams. He saw her escape, alone. And then, he saw himself. Through her eyes. "How do you see me?" Jack whispered. Kale's voice echoed inside his head. Strange, soft, strong. "You walk through fire, but still carry water." Jack didn't know what that meant, but it felt right then. Something clicked. The stars around them shifted. The map changed. A glowing line formed, pointing to a hidden planet wrapped in storms. The final location of the vault, they had found it. But not just them. The ship's alarm screamed. Jack broke. The connection, blinking. His hands were shaking. He ran to the radar. "Damn it," he whispered. "The collector found us." Kale pulled herself from the med pod. "He's using a pulse tracker. It reacts to my energy." Gritted his teeth. "Then we need to shut it off." Kale placed a hand on her chest. "That means shutting me off." Jack turned to her, shocked. "No?" Kale nodded. "If I enter a sleep state, my signal vanishes. You can take the ship to the vault alone." "Ha! I'm not leaving you like that," Jack snapped. Kale smiled sadly. "I won't die. I'll just sleep. But someone has to carry the key to the gate." Jack looked at the glowing chip in her palm. The final code. He took it, then slowly. She lay back inside the med pod. "I trust you," she whispered. Her eyes closed. The glow faded. Silence. Jack flew alone now. The stars were growing darker as he neared the vault's world. Clouds swirled. Around a dead planet, red and black, like a wound in space. He passed through storms. Lightning hit the ship. Shields failed. Systems cracked, but he didn't stop. He found a crater. Landed inside, and there, standing in the middle, was a gate. Huge, ancient. Alive, it spoke without sound. One may enter. One must be left behind. Jack stepped forward, holding the glowing chip. "I don't want power," he said. "I want freedom. For her, for me." The gate stayed silent. Then, it opened on side. Jack found no treasure. No weapon. Only a core of light, pulsing with memory. The vault was a seed. A beginning. Not an end. A voice echoed in his mind. She was meant to be a tool. But she became more. Because someone gave her the right to choose. Jack placed the chip into the core. And then, he felt something. Kale. Her voice in his head. "You brought me home." Outside, the collector ship was crashing through the storm, but the vault pulsed once and sent out a wave. The storm swallowed the warlord. His ship vanished forever. Jack returned to the med-pod. Kale's single quotes as skin was glowing again. Her eyes opened. "You made it," she said. Jack smiled. "No, we made it." The vault was awake. Light moved like liquid around the chamber. Soft golden waves that lit the stone walls. Strange symbols floated in the air, slowly rotating like stars caught in a dream. Jack stood at the center, breathing hard. Kale was beside him, alive again, her skin glowing brighter than ever. The vault had done something to her. Not just healed her, but changed her. She looked stronger now, sharper, almost celestial, but the vault was not done. A low voice echoed from the walls, not angry, not kind, just ancient. One must die. The code demands balance. Kale looked at Jack. Jack looked at the vault. "No," he said. "We came here together. We leave together." The voice answered. "Power has a cost. The map has been opened. The gate has been crossed. A life must be paid." Kale stepped forward. Slowly, her face was calm. "Then let it be me," she said. "I was made for this. I've run long enough." Jack grabbed her wrist. "No," he said firmly. "You just started living. You chose your path. You earned your freedom. I won't let you give it up." Kale looked at him gently. "Jack, I'm not afraid anymore. That's not the point," he said. "We don't trade life for victory. Not yours." They stood there in silence, surrounded by light and history. Two people. One choice. Kale turned to the vault's core, a floating orb of light, pulsing with energy. Inside it, ancient memories moved like ghosts, civilizations. Lost, wars fought, stars born and broken. "The vault isn't a weapon," she whispered. "It's a memory bank, a seed of wisdom, a reset." Jack blinked. "A reset." Kale nodded. "It doesn't destroy, it restores. It shows what was, so we can choose what will be." Jack stepped beside her. "Then why does someone have to die?" Kale closed her eyes. "Because no system can change without sacrifice." The vault pulsed again. The voice returned. "A willing soul must stay behind to hold the gate open, to keep balance. One life for the light to spread." Jack stepped forward this time. "I'll do it," he said. Kale gasped. Jack's face was calm now. He looked around at the light, the knowledge, the peace. "I've taken lives. Followed orders. I spent years in silence, running from who I was. Maybe this is my way to finally give something back." Kale grabbed his hand. Her voice shook. "I was made to be currency, to be spent. But you never asked anything from me. You gave me my name back, my voice." She stepped closer. Her skin glowed brighter with each word. "You gave me a future." Jack smiled softly. "And now I'm giving you mine." Kale didn't move. Her hands shook. "No," she whispered. "We do this together." The vault suddenly glowed red. A warning pulse. Time is ending. The gate is closing. Choose. Jack turned to her. "This is my choice," he said. Then Kale stepped back, but instead of letting him go forward, she turned to the vault herself. "No," she said. "This is mine." She looked at Jack one last time. "Don't make me a passenger in my own story. Let me be the one who saves something. For once," Jack shouted. "Kale, wait." But she already touched the core, her body filled with light. So bright Jack had to look away. Her voice echoed in his mind. "I was born as a container, but I choose to die as a person." There was a flash. Then silence. When Jack opened his eyes, he was standing alone outside the vault. The storm was gone. The sky was clear. His ship was waiting nearby, untouched, but Kale was not there. The vault's gate had closed forever. Back on the ship, Jack sat in silence. He held a small crystal in his hand, the only thing the vault left behind. It glowed faintly, like a heartbeat. Kale's voice echoed from it. Not a message, not a goodbye. Just single sentence. "Live well for both of us." Jack looked out at the stars. She had given everything, but not as a weapon, not as a tool, as a person, and now it was his turn to protect what she died for, to bring light where there was darkness, and maybe to forgive himself. The stars didn't change. Even after she was gone, Jack sat quietly in the cockpit, staring out at the endless dark sky. His ship floated above a quiet world, the world where Kale gave everything in his hand. He held the crystal the vault had left behind. It was small, warm, glowing gently. Like it still remembered her. She was gone, but not lost, because Kale had never been just a carrier of secrets. Not to Jack. She had become his friend, his partner, his reason. The vault had closed forever. But it didn't disappear. Something had changed in the universe. Messages began spreading through ancient frequencies, not in words, but in feelings, visions, and memories. Entire alien civilizations paused in silence when they received them. A wave of peace. Forgiveness, hope. The vault wasn't a weapon. It was a message from the past, a warning to the future, and Kale had become its final voice across galaxies. Warlords stopped their battles. On Earth, even the coldest leaders blinked at the images they saw of Kale, smiling, glowing. Choosing not to be a weapon, but a light. Jack returned to Earth, not with fire, not with vengeance, but with truth. He stood before the Earth Command, holding only the crystal. They expected threats, anger, a fight. But Jack gave them silence. He placed the crystal on the table. The lights dimmed. Kale's voice played soft, strong. I am not data. I am not a vessel. I am not currency. I am Kale, and I chose this. It wasn't loud, but it changed everything. Even the general looked away. Some soldiers wept, and others resigned. The system didn't collapse that day, but it cracked, and light started to come through. Months passed. Jack didn't go back to war. He traveled not to fight, but to teach, mourn, to remind people what the vault meant. What Kale gave, he showed the message across dying colonies, broken ships, orphan moons. People listened because Kale had died for more than a message. She had died for meaning, and meaning is harder to ignore. One day, Jack stood on a quiet planet, one Kale had dreamed of visiting. Green skies, rivers that hummed like music, clouds like silk. He built something small there. Not a statue, not a tomb, a garden, and in the center, he placed the crystal inside a smooth stone, protected but still glowing. A small sign read, "She was not built to feel, but she did." Was not made to choose, but she did. She was not meant to be remembered, but she will be. Every week, someone came. Some brought flowers. Some brought questions. Some brought silence. All left changed because they met Kale, even if only through her choice. Years later, legends grew. People spoke of a glowing woman in silver blue skin who walked through war and brought peace. They said she once begged a human not to hurt her. But he didn't. He listened, and because he did, the galaxy changed. Not with fire, but with kindness. Jack grew older. His body faded. But one night, as he looked out at the stars for the last time, he heard her voice in his mind, soft, familiar, double quotes, "You lived well. For both of us." And Jack smiled. "Not just for us," he whispered, "for everyone." Then he closed his eyes, and the stars kept glowing, somewhere far beyond maps and memory. The vault pulsed once more, not as a gate, not as a prison, but as a promise that even in the darkest parts of the universe, light can choose to be born.